kicker looks a little disappointed. He'll not come into the game. They'll go for it on... He's got it. First down and more. Touchdown, Golden Bears. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. The extra point here would tie the game. And he makes the extra point. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Rams him with the stiff arm. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. This drive will open from the 15. Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Garcia. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the 6. Get the pick 6.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Snatches it on front. There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. He wants to change this route. Going to look downfield again. Got a man. It's Garcia. Looking for room at the 30. Speeding down the left side. And he slipped through the ground, and Hill house it. Touchdown, Ducks!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Brown wants to pass. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. He's got an open man. And an explosive play. Has him on the move. And he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And this 4 vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous execution on that pass play.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs closer to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field. And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
So they're not comfortable with their field goal kicker from here, so the offense will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Quick strike complete. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the 1st down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. Listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that 1st down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were...
Touchdown, Cal! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they forced the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
And the extra point splits the uprights. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes with the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Moore will throw. Quarterback adapting. Finds his man. It's Hughes. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And that's why this QB's speed is such an asset. He can use it to his advantage, buy himself time to make a nice throw down the field.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. It's a running room. Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another 1st down.
Run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. They're going to ride this running back. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
Well, right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to do.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little.
And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
And the defense makes a play. Finally, this is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
Here comes the heat. At midfield, he's got room. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, looking to pass. Finds his man. It's Casper.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is as if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Got the first down and more. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. And the Ducks back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Moore to the air. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Oregon! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And he's going to try to return this one. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Fakes the grab on the left. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Golden Bears have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. Brown will throw it. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back. Past the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. One more play before the teams head to the locker room. They go to the end around to start the drive. That'll get them thinking. They couldn't get anybody to bite on that one, and they'll stop him behind the line. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. And the Golden Bears will kick it away to start the second half. And here's the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Going to the run to start this second half. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
There's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
Moore will throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Boy, could they use a conversion on third and short from their own 24. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Garcia. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it first and 10 at the 31. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down and 2nd and 5. Quarterback on the keeper. Got a little space. He steps out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to getting him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Out of the gun, they give to the back. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Pressure coming. He is brought down the man. What a job to find some running room and move the chains.
Obviously, this quarterback is a huge part of their rushing attack, and you've seen that early in this game. He's been very, very productive running the ball. Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes it's on scrambles like what you just saw. But with his speed, he makes it so difficult on a defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Moore to the air. Release to the back. Zings it complete to the right. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making that play.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Yeah, and he calls his own number, tries to go get the first down, but he just couldn't get to it. Nice job by the defense, locking in, not letting him get that extra couple yards that he needed to get the big first down.
Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from their own 20. To the air on 1st down. Get it out on the screen. On the move at the 30. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Looking to throw on 1st down. It falls incomplete, and will change into the field to get things started back up. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Brown wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry. But they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Snagged out of the air. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears! He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Has it back, and here comes the offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Handoff, keep working on that clock. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Whittington. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by one possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
Trying to get behind the defense. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. And I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. The Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. Got his man. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Brown will throw it. Takes the easy completion. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I think on offense here in a 2-minute situation, down in possession, you got to think about taking shots down the field. The quick game, these screens, bubbles, swings, that's not going to work here.
Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Wants to throw on first down. A strike downfield. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cal!
Really nice touchdown. Now it's decision time. Extra point will get you to OT. Do you try to win it right now with a 2-point play?
And they are a mere extra point away from tying this game. It's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it. And they get him down. Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The Ducks will try to run out the clock in the final minute. Now they'll try the right side. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Ducks are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Moore will throw. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Casper. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Looks as if they're going to pass on a chance to take the lead with the field goal and go for it on 4th down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Is there anything that gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game? And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Keenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Tar Heels will kick it away first. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Wasting no time pulling on this drive. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody
so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get ready.
From the gun, running back on the move. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll send the back in motion. Off play action. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Terrible way to start this game if you're on offense. You've given up 2 straight negative plays. You ran the ball on first down for negative yards, and then you take a sack now on second down. That tells me this offensive line has got to wake up. You knew this was physically going to be a challenge, but you've got to get ready to go, and you've got to fire off the...
Touchdown, UNC! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Safe completion on the screen. He's loose. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
Makes the catch. It's Brown. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Back to pass. Fires to the right. He makes the catch. Hauled down at the 38-yard line, and a big pickup of 15 yards there.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long. And you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break. And they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
And the Blue Devils with the 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football. That time on the option play, I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
The Blue Devils come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
I love the job the quarterback does surveying the defense there. Great job pre-snap recognition, understanding the coverage. He goes to his curl route, gets the completion, and picks up the first.
Tries to do it himself on the draw. Hard running there. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'll keep it on the ground, looking for the end zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run pattern.
Going right back to the well, and this time he finds Watt. soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Takes the handoff. It's gone. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
Well, we know this running back's a playmaker, and he's a guy they want to get going early and often in this game.
Also, you can wear out those big defensive linemen by making them chase.
Yeah, I like the idea of going outside. You want to mix and match it. Between the tackles, to the outside. Get these big fellas running east-west.
Gets it out fast. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. First play of the period, first down here. Might be changing the route. They're going to test the right side with this one. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Lopez to pass. Oh, they're after him! And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up the punt.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Tight end now in motion. Using his legs, it's Moore. He has the first and still on his feet. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. Got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Wide open downfield. And some room to work. Wide open spaces. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Duke.
Quarterback quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for a crease. It's Gauze. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
Lopez wants to fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. This time he's got his man.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs management. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
And the Tar Heels are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
The Tar Heels need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. Lopez to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And how about the defense here? Oftentimes in these two-minute type situations, you're just sort of in this prevent mode. You're trying to force the opponent to kick a field goal and not score a touchdown, but they're still being aggressive. They're out there still trying to make plays, and how about that effort creating the takeaway?
Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's King. Turning on the Jets. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40. The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on first down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on first and 10. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can and step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
They booted away. He fields the football and makes the fair catch at his own 5, and he might have been better off taking a chance to see if that ball would bounce into the end zone. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Lopez wants to fire. Grabbed over the middle and shipped.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Working that left side now. And the Tar Heels get it past the sticks.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Makes the grab. It's Johnson. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense.
He's going to try to hit him deep. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. One more snap coming before halftime. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Quarterback extends the play. Turning it on! They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. And the Blue Devils will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Starting this third quarter on the ground. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
He'll pull it on the read. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
can't meet the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. Got enough for the first down and wants more. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And for a draw play to be successful, it's not just the quarterback that has to sell pass, but also the offensive line. The tackles really letting their defensive ends rush upfield, guards and centers passing their guys off at the last second, and then running down the field trying to get hats on hats in the second level. Beautiful execution.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Nice job by the QB, sit back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The Blue Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Blue Devils. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Lopez to pass. Makes the grab. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And as quarterbacks, you've got to be aware of secondary pressure. You've got to know when these free safeties, they start creeping towards the line of scrimmage, that they might get involved. You've got to have an answer for it. The QB didn't have one that time.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Rush is on him. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Kick is in the air. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Lopez wants to fire. Makes the grab. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
The Tar Heels want to pick up the tempo.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. Pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Wants to throw it. Under fire. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Behind the chains now on second and long. Lopez to pass. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The Tar Heels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on second down. Pocket breaking down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And how about that back-to-back sacks? You want 2 sacks in a game. That's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
Now third and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's going to fire into the gut of the defense. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And they'll try to tack on two. Looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone for the two as they trim more off of that lead. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Second down, he'll throw it. The quick out. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Off play action on first down. Looking deep. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Lopez wants to fire. He wants a big play here late. Pulls it in down the middle. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
I love offensive coordinators that take shots in sudden change situations. You just got the takeaway. You're not wasting any time. Defense is jogging on the field. They barely have time to line up. You take a shot deep down the field, and you hit it, adding insult to injury to the opponent. That is a great play call.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
He's got him. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Lets it fly deep downfield. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, this defense is still playing so hard here late in the game in the fourth quarter. Offense taking a shot into the end zone. Defender in incredible position, and he's able to knock that one away incomplete.
So now it's second and long. Back to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
One of the reasons this defense is so hard to move the football on, they've got a safety back there who's just reading the QB's eyes, and he's so athletic and so fast. He's able to break passes up, and right now, it's like he's just toying with the quarterback. He's inviting him to try and take some shots, knowing that he's going to get there to disrupt the ball. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only one possession on fourth down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking for space. It's Moore. Shows him the stiff arm. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds. And the Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. The give to the lone running back. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Lopez to pass. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. There is nothing greater than a rivalry game unless you lose it. And in that case, there is nothing more miserable.
I agree, Reese. And that's why rivalry games are so great, because you take the stats, and you take the rankings, and you take the records, and you throw it all out the window. There's always tremendous effort and passion when we see these rivalry games. We certainly saw it today. And David, for this losing team, this one's going to sting for a while.
It does, but it's so strange because I always feel the same way. I'm like, there's no chance that they have a chance to upset them. But then you go, it's a rivalry game. The vitriol, the hate, it's already there. And so it means...
Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, It's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the USC Trojans, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Fielded in the end zone, it's Randall. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Klubnik. That's caught. It's Williams. Oh, out of space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. This guy's always a big part of the game plan, and they get him involved right off the bat.
I mean, it's pretty simple. Your best players should touch the football the most. First play out the gates. I know I got a big-time advantage, big-time wide receiver. Get him the football, make the gain. I expect we'll see a lot more of that throughout this football game.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Completes it in the middle. All down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. He'll try to do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
The give to the back. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15.
Fires toward the end zone. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
How about this defense? Coming out, you know you've got a challenge on your hand, and you talking about coming out ready, hairs on fire, ready to play. You can tell, dropping back, great coverage. They know this guy's great. They know he can spin it. They're sitting on the coverage, waiting on it. They win the first check early. Give the defense some credit. They were ready for this great quarterback.
To the air, it's Mayava. Got his man quickly. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense They're going to throw it to start the drive. Right on the money on the slant. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. Using the quick game. Tackle is made after the catch, but it'll set up first and goal from the 7. Clemson jumps to the line. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Coming out with it, it's Lemon. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Drop play, quarterback keeps it. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Scanning the field, it's Mayava. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense, it brings up a fourth down. And the Trojans decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. First play of the drive comes from the 41. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Sure hands, it's Williams. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Clemson will send the punt team out. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Jordan. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
That's reeled in. It's Sanders. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Quarterback empties his backfield. Dropping back, it's Ncaa. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. If you plan to deal with the Tigers, you better be able to handle their defensive front. They have a whole legacy of this dating back to the fridge, William Perry.
Big old legacy, and it seems like every year they rotate so many guys that are so highly recruited, so good. Just great players. They're always big and strong and fast and physical, and they get after your quarterback.
Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. The Trojans have this offense rolling. Wants to go up top on first down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Quarterback running on the draw. Fights off a defender.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Just a short pass to the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Throws for the tight end. Working the middle. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Ncaa. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field, and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to them. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. They have had the ball for a week and a half. Play number 10 coming up. Looking to throw on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Sanders. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit, and I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. There he goes. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lemon. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Back to throw. It's Ncaa. Touchdown, Trojans. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
great job of execution in the passing game. QB and his target on the exact same page. The extra point now is going to tie this thing up. And they've got some real momentum here heading in at halftime.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. So the 16-play drive, they're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Randall. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. To the air on first down. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has one interception. That was almost the second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games.
It's a seam wide open. There he goes. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Clemson. A great catch and run for 6.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Mayava. Flushed out of the pocket. At the 35, he's open. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
That time the defense was in man coverage. There was nobody watching the quarterback, so when he took off to scramble, nobody home to make a tackle right away, and he shows you the athleticism, he shows you the speed, and also shows you great decision-making that time, deciding to tuck and run for a huge play on the ground.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff from the gun. Look out, he's got room. Lots of running room. What a run. Gets it inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 36.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives to get.
Sprinting away. Touchdown, Trojans. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
This is a running back that can hurt you, not just getting handoffs, but they use him in the passing game as well. They called the screen at the absolute perfect time, and it ends up being a touchdown.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it out. It's Randall. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll run the toss. finds a little space. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. A really productive run gets it up to the 31-yard line before he goes out of bounds. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Pulls it in. It's Williams. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. To throw, it's Klubnik. Makes the catch, it's Williams. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncovered.
Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, get him nice positive game.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a few...
Touchdown, Clemson! They take the lead with the 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Ncaa. Fires toward the target. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Taking it the other way. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3/4 of a football game.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it on the move. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. Off the play fake on first down. Gets it out quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He's loose. Wide open spaces. He's at the 30. He's at the... And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, USC!
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. He'll bring it out. It's Randall. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Back to throw, it's Klubnik. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. Surging forward on the sneak.
Yeah, I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback. On third down, really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Looking for room, it's Jordan. And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ncaa if they can stop him on third down. Snagged in the middle. It's Lemon. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Hauls it in, the first down and more. Kearney on the Jets. Out of bounds at the 14, and the big-time offensive play has them set up. The Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
That is an example of a defender just stepping up and making a play. Just gave up a big completion down the field. That's not going to happen again. That's not happening on my watch. Right away, that D lineman decides to go after the QB, and he makes a big play.
Dropping back, it's Ncaa. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. First play of this drive comes from the 27. They'll start this drive with an end around. Turning it on. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Breaking out the jet sweep. Fighting off the defender. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Under fire. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And after the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, this offense faces third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got another one. Off and running. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Back to throw, it's Ncaa. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He's got it along the sideline. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And the Trojans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Here's a throw downfield late. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
On On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Boy, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, going up top. It's complete. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Looking for a man. It's Putnam. He lets it fly. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Trying play action. Going for the big play. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Trying to take it back. Powers through. And after the interception, he brings it back and gets it inside the 35.
Let's go. Talk about having 1 foot in the grave. This was almost over. They're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter, and they got the football. Thank goodness they're choosing to throw the football.
Throws toward the end zone. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
Such a hard position to be successful in when you know you need 2 scores and it's under 2 minutes. The defense looking great job playing pass, understanding the situation.
And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Clemson.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Fires to the big fella. Ball's out. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the 3 phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to improve.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt. They sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
That's going to do Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports.